This is a recording of somatic exercises, the Cat Stretch Plus series done. Soma is the Greek term for the living body. During the course of our lives, our sensory motor systems continually respond to daily stress and trauma with specific muscular reflexes. And these reflexes are repeatedly triggered, creating habitual muscular contractions, which we cannot voluntarily relax. These muscular contractions have become so deeply involuntary and unconscious that eventually we no longer remember how to move freely. The result is stiffness, soreness, pain, restricted range of motion, and flexibility. This habituated state of forgetfulness is called sensory motor amnesia, or motor sensory amnesia. It is a memory loss of how certain muscle groups feel and how to control them. With sensory motor amnesia, there are several different reflexes our body naturally tends to take. The red light reflex, or rather the slouched over, hunched over posture, which contracts the front of the body. The green light reflex, which is more of an arching in the lower back, a lifting of the chin and an opening of the chest muscles, contracting the back side of the body. The trauma reflex, which is more often seen when there is a contraction on one side of the body or the other. And then there is also senile reflex, which is often seen in more elderly populations. Sensory motor amnesia is a learned adaptive response. Therefore, it can be unlearned. So some of the most important things you'll want to remember during the practice is that these exercises change your muscular system by changing your central nervous system. So we're changing neural pathways in the brain to change how your body is forgetting to be. So the primary task during this practice is to focus your intention on the internal sensations of movement. These movement patterns highlight the areas of body most commonly affected by motor sensory amnesia. As you perform the exercises, concentrate on developing a careful sensory awareness of the movements in the body as a direct way to maintain control over them. The object of somatic exercises is to loosen your body from the constricted muscles. So please remember to always move slowly, giving your brain the chance to notice all that is happening in your body as you move. By focusing your intention on the internal sensation of your own movement, you'll find that the slower you go, the more you perceive. And always move gently and with relaxed effort. Do not force any movement. These exercises are not painful. The movement patterns of these exercises are the normal movements of the musculoskeletal system. If you perform them slowly and gently, they are completely harmless. People who are already suffering from motor sensory amnesia, especially those with severely contracted muscles, will sometimes feel the onset of soreness when these muscles first begin to lengthen. This is to be expected. Remember to be persistent, practicing daily, preferably in the morning or before you go to bed at night. Remember to be patient. You are changing your body by teaching your brain. You must be persistent and patient, not looking for a quick fix for your body. And most importantly, you must be positive in your expectations. With that said, let's begin. Begin to make your way down onto the floor, lying with your legs outstretched and your arms at a 45-degree angle off the side of your body. Make sure that you have enough space around you to move freely without hitting anything. As you make your way down onto your back and get yourself comfortable, begin to tune in to the points of your body touching the floor beneath you. The backs of your heels, the calf muscles, the backs of your thighs, your glutes, your lower back, the backs of your shoulders, the backs of your arms, and the back of your head. Notice the difference between the right side and the left side. Observe your breathing. We'll begin to visualize the first movement, just imagining in your mind bending your knees and bringing your feet to the floor. And then visualizing letting your tailbone draw down and your lower back arch as you breathe in, and then flattening your back, tailbone drawing up as you breathe out. So begin to bring your feet to the floor, bending your knees. As you breathe in, draw your tailbone down, arch your lower back. As you breathe in, out, let your tailbone draw up and your back flatten to the floor. Moving slowly and taking time to pause in between each repetition and observe the sensations in your body. Feeling the contraction of your back muscles as you arch, and the contraction of your belly muscles as you flatten the back to the floor. Slowly releasing that contraction. After 3 rounds, relax, letting the pelvis be in neutral position. And this time as you inhale, arch your back and roll your arms. As you exhale, round your arms in towards your body. So the backs of the arms touch your thighs as you flatten your back. And feel your head tip backwards. Inhale, arching, contracting the back muscles, rolling your shoulders into external rotation, squeezing them towards your spine. And as you exhale, flattening the back to the floor, rolling the shoulders away from the spine, contracting the pectoral muscles and the abdominals. Concentrating again in the contraction and the slow release of the contraction on either side of the body with each breath. And then rolling the palms after the 3rd repetition, relaxing your arms, your pelvis, and observe. Begin to visualize rolling over onto your belly for the next exercise. Bringing your hands behind your head. Interlace the fingers and on an inhale, arch your back. On an exhale, contract the belly and draw your elbows in towards your knees, lifting the head and shoulders off the floor. Again, inhale and arch, contracting the back muscles. And exhale, contracting the front muscles, the abdominals, and the pectorals as you lift your shoulders and head. And draw your chin closer to your chest, your elbows closer to your knees. Repeat this 3 times. Letting the contraction off slowly for a count of 6 or 8 if you tend to rush this practice. Allow the elbows to relax completely. When you're ready, bringing your arms down by your sides. Begin to visualize the next exercise, which will be done on your belly. You'll roll over onto your belly, placing the back of your right hand on your left cheekbone, And we will lift the head, right elbow, and opposite leg in contraction of the back muscles, and then slowly release. When you're ready, make your way onto your belly. Rolling onto your belly, place both hands first underneath your forehead and extend your legs out wide in crocodile pose. Become used to this position on your belly, focusing on breathing into the belly. Allowing the belly to expand into the floor as you breathe in and contract away from the floor as you breathe out. Begin to bring your legs closer together. Rotate your left arm down by the side of your body, palm facing downward. Turning your head to the right, place your left cheek on the back of your right hand. On an inhale, lift your right head and elbow towards the ceiling as you lift your left leg off of the floor. It doesn't matter how high. Just observe the muscles that have to contract to lift these two parts of your body and lower these two parts of your body slowly and mindfully back to the floor. Repeat 3 times. Noticing that even the contraction of your hamstring, your glute muscles, as well as the back, shoulder, and neck. Slowly let it down for a count of 6 to 8. Relax completely. And then begin to transition to the other side, letting your right arm rest by your body, palm facing downward. The back of the left hand on your right cheek looking left. On an inhale, lift the head and elbow and the right leg. And slowly, for a count of 6, back down to the floor. Completely relaxing between repetitions, letting go of all muscular tension. Repeating 3 times. After the 3rd repetition, relax completely, bringing your arms back into crocodile position, creating a pillow for your forehead, palms stacked, legs spread wide. Now begin to visualize the next movement, rolling back onto your back, just visualizing initially. We're going to do the opposing muscles, so the front of the muscles with knees bent, feet on the floor, bringing opposite elbow to opposite knee. When you're ready, begin to make your way back onto your back, situating yourself so the heels align underneath your knees, feet flat to the floor. Bringing the right elbow up and the hand behind the head. As you breathe in, arch your back. Tailbone draws down, lower back lifts off the floor. As you breathe out, contracting the front muscles. Bringing the right shoulder and the right hip, left hip closer together. Slowly decontract and relax. Doing this for 3 repetitions, inhaling and arching, contracting the back muscles, slowly lifting the left leg, using the left hand if you need to bring the 2 points of contact closer together, and slowly letting it back down. Relax completely. One last time, lifting and arching on the in-breath, and on the out-breath, contracting the abdominals. Bringing your right shoulder closer to your left hip, drawing the knee and elbow into the center of your body, and slowly decontracting, allowing the elbow and foot to land at approximately the same time. When you're ready, switch to the opposite arm, the left hand cradling the head, inhaling to arch, exhaling, drawing your left shoulder and right hip closer together. Slowly releasing the foot and the elbow back to the floor at the same pace. Feel free to count for 6 to 8 if that helps slow down the movement, so that you can be mindfully aware of the movement. Repeat 3 times. And once your left shoulder is back to the floor, relax your arms at your side and notice, observing sensations in the body. Begin to visualize moving onto the side of your body with your knees folded at 90-degree angles as if you were sitting in a chair. We'll extend the top arm to cradle the head and bring the top heel up towards the ceiling as we contract the side abdominals, the oblique muscles, contracting the same shoulder and hip closer together. We'll repeat that 3 times on both sides. With your knees folded on top of each other at right angles to your body, extend your left arm on the floor as a cushion for your left ear to rest on. Reach your right hand over the top of your head, placing the palm of your right hand against your left ear. Inhale, and using your right arm, very slowly lift your head into the air as you simultaneously lift up your right lower leg and foot by rolling, not lifting your right thigh, moving it into internal rotation. And then exhale, letting both your head and right foot very slowly come down simultaneously. When lifting, pretend that you're lifting your right armpit to a place over your right hip, shortening the distance between your right shoulder and right hip, contracting the obliques and the latissimus dorsi. Slowly letting the contraction release and bringing the head and foot back to the starting position at the same time. Repeat this 3 times. Completely relax. Begin to extend the top arm and top leg out, reaching in opposite directions. As you inhale, lift the head, shoulder, and reach your right arm towards the right leg, simultaneously lifting the right leg off of the floor. Repeat, relaxing and pausing in between 3 repetitions. When you're ready, bring the knees back together. Taking the arm that was supporting your head now out into extension, palms touching each other, wrists in line with your shoulders. As you breathe in, slide the right arm forward, contracting your pectoral muscles. And as you exhale, let the right arm slide all the way across the left arm into a spinal twist, bringing the right elbow and head to turn and look behind you. Come back to the starting point and begin again, repeating 3 times, contracting the pectoral muscles as you slide the right arm forward. And then as you come into the twist, feeling the shoulder blades hug the spine and feeling the contraction in the back of your body. Move into this twist only as far as feels safe and comfortable for your body. Pause, returning back to the center point, palms stacked. As you inhale, take the fingertips and roll them like painting a rainbow over the top of your head, drawing a large circle. Letting the arm internally rotate as it comes over the body, and begin to externally rotate into a spinal twist. Ideally, we'd like the fingertips and palm to stay in contact with the floor as long as possible. But if your body doesn't allow for that, as you make 3 slow circles around your body in full rotation, feel free to bend the elbow to modify and allow the arm to hover off the floor, making smaller circles if necessary. After 3 times, pause for a moment and then roll onto your back. Allow for a moment's notice of sensations and how your body feels on one side versus the other. As you're ready, take your right arm over your head, roll onto your side. Once again, fold your knees one on top of the other at right angles to your body. Extend the left arm on the floor, or right arm on the floor as a cushion, and left arm over the head. Begin to lift your left heel, head and shoulder towards each other, shortening the points between the top shoulder and the top hip. Keeping your thighs together, the top leg rolling into internal rotation. Moving slowly and mindfully for 3 repetitions, with your concentration on the muscles that are contracting and slowly releasing that contraction, bringing the 2 points back to the floor simultaneously. After 3 repetitions, extend the top arm and the top leg, reaching in opposite directions. Breathe in and lift the head and extend the arm towards the heel, at the same time lifting the leg. Relax completely between repetitions. Inhaling, extend the arm and leg to straight, squeeze, and contract the whole left side of your body, and slowly extend and decontract, noticing the muscles that are lengthening. Relax completely. After 3 repetitions, begin to stack the knees and ankles again in that 90-degree angle. Stacking the left shoulder on top of the right shoulder. Prop your head on a pillow if necessary, bringing both palms to stack, wrists in line with your shoulders. As you breathe in, slide the top arm forward, contracting the pectorals. As you breathe out, let the left hand graze the arm into spinal twist to your left. Decontracting the back muscles back to the starting point, repeat 3 times. Allow your head to roll in the direction of the elbow if that feels safe and comfortable. Noticing contraction even in your neck muscles as you roll into the twist. The scapula, the shoulder blades coming closer to the spine, contracting the back muscles and slowly decontracting back to the starting point. Pause and observe. Now allowing for circles, letting the top arm roll up over your head on the surface of the floor as long as possible, all the way around to the left. Internal rotation of the shoulder, letting the back of the hand graze your thigh as it comes up over the body and back to the starting point. Bending the elbow if there's too much strain, or making your circles smaller. Using your breath to move the body, notice what muscles are contracting and what muscles are decontracting as you roll slowly through this shoulder mobility and spinal twist exercise. After 3 repetitions, return back onto your side at the starting point. Pause and observe. Slowly begin to make your way onto your back with your knees bent, feet flat on the floor. If you feel like extending your legs and observing, feel free to do that. And notice how your body is changing. Observing the points of contact on the right side and the left side. As you're ready, bend your knees, bring your feet on the floor if they're not already. Extend your arms out to a T shape, palms facing the ceiling. On an inhale, let your left arm roll in opposite direction to the right arm, alternately dropping your knees each time to the side of the arm, rolling down on the floor. Turn your head in the opposite direction of your knees to create a full spinal twist. Move slowly and lazily so as to enjoy the stretch. This one may take a while for your brain to wire up. So if you make a few mistakes along the way, just notice those mistakes. Observe and with grace, begin again, so that the gaze is coming in the opposite direction of your knees. As you drop your knees to one side, you'll feel the opposing hip lift up off of the floor. You'll also notice the contraction of the back muscles, the shoulder blades coming closer to the spine in external rotation versus internal rotation. After you've repeated this 5 or 6 times, extend the legs and relax completely, arms at a 45-degree angle to your body. Now we'll begin by bringing the right foot in and sliding it up the left leg so that the right knee opens out to the right side of your yoga mat. The right hip in external rotation, and slowly extending the foot back to the floor 3 times. So you're creating a tree pose or a half butterfly pose with your right leg. The left side of your body staying relaxed, the right side observing the contractions. After 3 repetitions, start to turn your right foot inward towards the left leg and glide the right heel towards your right sit bone. This will cause the right hip to lift and elevate off the floor. And then slowly slide it back down the mat to extension, straightening your knee. Relax completely. Repeat 2 more times, turning the foot into internal rotation towards the left leg. Glide the heel up the outside edge of your mat and slowly extend. In this position, you'll notice that the right hip is rotating into internal rotation. So notice which muscles are contracting here. After 3 repetitions, slowly relax and extending both legs, letting go. We'll repeat this on the other side, moving the left foot up the inside of the right leg and slowly extending and relaxing 3 times. This position is excellent for hamstrings, hip flexors, knees, ankles, and feet. After 3 repetitions, move into internal rotation, rotating your left toes in towards the right leg, gliding the heel and the inside edge of the foot up towards your outer left hip. And then slowly decontracting, extending the leg back to the floor, straightening the knee. The stickier your mat is, the harder this will be. So you might practice this with a blanket on a hardwood floor, tile floor. So the blanket under the heel allows it to glide a little easier. The left hip will lift up off the floor as the heel glides up towards your hip. And remember, it doesn't matter how far. After 3 repetitions, relax completely. And then we'll add both legs together. As you breathe in, both heels will come together, soles of the feet together, drawing both knees out to the outside edges of your mat. The heels draw up towards the midline of your body. And then slowly extend back to straight and relax. Bending your knees, slide your feet in towards your hips. Knees fall open wide into butterfly, and then extend to straight, decontracting. Notice what muscles contract to pull your legs in. Notice the muscles decontracting. Now taking both feet into internal rotation and drawing the feet towards the outsides of the hips. The knees drop in towards each other, feet are wide apart. Slowly decontracting and relax. Now we'll bring both legs together, zipping up the ankles and thighs. And we'll slide both heels over towards the right hip, causing the right hip to lift. The right leg is in internal rotation, the left is in external rotation. Repeat this 2 or 3 times to the right side, slowly decontracting and straightening your legs, relaxing between repetitions, and then repeat 2 or 3 times, bringing both heels simultaneously towards the left hip and decontracting into extension. Notice the sensations that you feel as you come to rest. Notice the points of contact on the floor. Begin to roll over onto one side. Slowly press your way up to a seated position. Sitting with both knees towards the left. Letting the sole of the left foot rest on your right thigh and the right heel back by your right sit bone. Use the left arm to support you behind and bring your right hand to your left shoulder. Rotating your chest, shoulders, and head to look over your left shoulder as you breathe in, and exhale, return back to the center. Repeat this 3 times, noticing what is contracting. Noticing the right hip might lift higher off of the floor as you twist your body to look over your left shoulder. On the 4th repetition, roll into the twist and rotate just your head to the left and back to the right while maintaining the twist. Keeping the chin in a line with the horizon, moving slowly and noticing one side contracts and one side slowly decontracts. The next time you look over your left shoulder, we'll move opposite directions. Left shoulder will come forward as you look over the left shoulder. Rotating back into the twist, turn your head to the right, keeping the left shoulder back. As you turn to look over your left shoulder, bring your left shoulder forward towards the front. Repeat 3 times. And this may take a while to get the hang of. Return back to center and rest. One last exercise, turning your body to the left. You can let both hands rest on the outside of your thigh. As you inhale, look down and lift your chin up, arching your back. As you exhale, look up and tilt your chin down, rounding your back. Repeat this 3 times. Looking down as you arch, looking up as you round. And again, this can be a trick for the brain, so do the best you can and practice often. Turning back to center, take your left hand over the head and create a little bit of pressure, pushing into the hand as you tilt your head towards the left shoulder. Slowly release the pressure and tilt your head to the right. So there's a little bit of resistance here. And with relaxed effort, dropping your head from one side to the other 3 times, slowly. Relax your hands to your hips. And again, taking the arch and flattens, breathing in, arching and tipping your pubic bone forward, and then pulling your pubic bone back. The same motion we've been practicing throughout. Repeat this 3 times. And after 3 repetitions, extend your arms out in front of your leg. Bow the head. Pause to observe the sensations. Walk the hands back towards your body, sitting upright. Again, noticing. Slowly lean towards the left hip. Guide the legs around and into extension. Pause here. And then bringing your body into the opposite. So right knee is bent out to the right, left knee is forward. Taking your left hand onto your right shoulder, right hand is your supporting arm. Turning to the right. Breathing in, feeling what muscles contract. Breathing out, slowly decontracting back to center. Repeat 3 times. Holding your trunk motionless at the full right turn, turn your head to the left and back 3 times. After 3 repetitions, turn both your head and your trunk in alternate directions 3 times. for the full spinal twist. Still holding your trunk to the right, lift your face to the ceiling while dropping your eyes to the floor, and vice versa 3 times. Noticing again what is contracting and what is decontracting. Having patience with yourself if you're still learning. After 3 repetitions, return so your body faces forward. Bringing your hands to your hips. Inhale and arch your spine. Exhale and round. Contracting the back muscles and then decontracting the back muscles as you contract your abdominal muscles. Repeat 3 times, slowly and mindfully. Return back to neutral. Walk your hands forward, quite possibly coming down onto your forearms if that's available to you, and letting your head round towards the floor. Observe the sensations while maintaining your breathing. Calm, even, steady breaths. Slowly lift your head and walk your hands back towards your shin and sit upright. Rotating your legs back out in front of you. Slowly begin to make your way down onto the floor. Extending both legs and arms out to the sides of your body. Pause to relax and observe the sensations. Scanning the body from the heels to the top of the head and the points of pressure on the floor. Noticing what has changed since the beginning of practice and how your body feels different. Possibly even noticing a shift of energy, the sensations of tingly, blood flow. The breathing may be different. Begin to inhale for a count of 4 and exhale for a count of 4. As you slowly scan the body with me, relaxing each part as I mention it. Relaxing your toes and the soles of your feet. The toes and soles of the feet are relaxed. Relaxing your ankles and calf muscles. Your ankles and calf muscles are relaxed. Relaxing your knees and thighs. Your knees and thighs are relaxed. Relaxing your hips and your pelvis. Your hips and pelvis are relaxed. Relaxing your glutes and lower back. Your glutes and lower back are relaxed. Relaxing your abdominals. Your abdominals are relaxed. Relaxing your ribs, diaphragm, and chest. Your ribs, diaphragm, and chest are relaxed. Relaxing your shoulders. Your shoulders are relaxed. Relaxing your arms. Your arms are relaxed. Relaxing your hands and fingers. Your hands and fingers are relaxed. Relaxing your neck and throat. Your neck and throat are relaxed. Relaxing the jaw, the teeth and gums. The jaw, teeth, and gums are relaxed. Relaxing your eyes and temples. Your eyes and temples are relaxed. Relaxing your forehead and the top of your head. Your forehead and top of the head are relaxed. Your whole head and face are relaxed. Your whole body is relaxed. Breathing in for 4. Breathing out for a count of 4. Enjoying this moment of pause and relaxation, concentrating on your breathing. When you're ready, begin to wiggle your toes, roll your ankles, wiggle your fingers and roll your wrists. Begin to move around in any way that helps you awaken. Take your time bending your knees and roll onto one side of your body, resting in the fetal position. Take your time coming back to a comfortable, easy seated pose. Sitting up tall, observe for a moment how you feel. The sensations that are resonating in your body, how the physical body has changed, as well as the energetic and the emotional body. And take these changes with you off your mat into your life. Feel free to journal about this changing experience as you continue to practice daily. The best times of day to practice are either early morning as you're awakening or before you go to sleep.